Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today is my first long form video and I'm very excited. Today I wanted to talk about my fitness journey, where I started, what I went through along the way, where I am right now, and also where I'm going in the future or what I would like to do in the future. So I'm really excited. A little background on myself. I was born extremely premature. I was born at 24 weeks. So as you can imagine, there were things that were not developed, which for me were my eyes, luckily. Luckily, the only thing that's wrong with me per se is the fact that I have a visual disability. Montana agrees, unfortunately. Montana's right here laying down next to me. But luckily, the only problem I had was severe visual impairment. And so growing up, that really played into the reasons why I could not play contact sports, which, as you can imagine, is almost every sport. Soccer, baseball, basketball, tennis, even tennis. Yes, even tennis. Okay, so track was something that I only really did for 1 year, just because I just wanted to try it. And one really great thing about my parents and my upbringing is that my parents always let me try everything. Like, they knew my limitations, of course, but they were never parents who said no to me. Like, no, you can't do that because you're blind, or no, that's dangerous, or no, blah, blah, blah. Or no, like that you're gonna embarrass yourself, or no, other kids will make fun of you. My parents always allowed me to try things and see if I liked it or not. And if I didn't like it, okay, that's fine. Like, I tried it, I did it for a season, a couple months, however long it was, and I can move on. But I just couldn't play any contact sports. When I was young, I tried track and field. I think I did that for like a year in 4th grade. And I mean, running is okay, but running requires a lot of balance, which if you have a visual impairment, balance is something that a lot of people that are visually impaired and blind struggle with, because you don't have the visual input to be able to help give your body the info it needs to balance itself. So running was okay. Track I did for, hi Montana. Montana wants to play sports too. As a kid, I didn't really do that many sports, but I did do physical therapy. Physical therapy was I think I did it like once or twice a week. And for physical therapy, I did do some workouts. Like, I worked on my core strength, and I remember my physical therapist would take me to like the little gym that they had at my elementary school, and we would do like, I think we did we would do like shoulder press and bench press, and we would do like crunches and things like that. I think that really helped me kind of be aware of like why physical fitness is important. But it was not exciting to me. Like, it was not fun, and I didn't look forward to it, honestly. I did not like going there. I liked the physical therapists and the occupational therapists. I didn't like the actual activity. When I started high school is when I really got more into fitness. So I had this family friend, and you guys, when I tell you this woman was fit, she was fit. Like, she had 3 kids, and at the time she was in her 40s, and she was insanely fit. Like, people mistook her for her son's sister, or their son's girlfriend. Like, that's how young she looked. And I remember, like, at that age, when I was 14, I thought that she was just the most fit person ever, and like, I wanted to look just like that. So she was a really close family friend. So I had asked her, like, oh, like, what do you do for your workouts? And at the time, obviously, I didn't work out regularly, you know what I mean? Like, who was I to ask some fit girl, like, what's your workouts? And think that I could do them, right? But I asked her, and I asked her what her workouts were, and she told me that she did these workout videos called Physique 57. And I was like, oh, what's that? Like, I've never heard of that. And she told me what they were. And at the time, guys, this was 2000, what year was this? 2012, I think. 2012, 2013. And at the time, we didn't have like as many streaming services as we do now. Like, I think they had on demand, but they didn't have like streaming services that you can, like, I don't even think they had Peloton back then. They might, anyways. They might. Anyway, so then I find out she had told me which one to get, because she said there was a couple different ones. I find out that these workout videos are on DVDs, because she says that she does hers on DVDs. I was like, okay, I'm going to buy the DVDs and I'm going to start doing them. I don't even remember how I got the money for this. I'm pretty sure like my parents got it for me or something. Like, I asked them, like, oh, I want this video. Can you please buy it for me? And they said, sure. I buy it. And I went to boarding school for high school, so I only saw my parents on the weekends. And so I was at school Sunday through Friday. Yeah, I would get to school on Sunday, and then I would leave on Friday to go home. So I was there the whole week, and luckily I had a dorm staff member who I'm still friends with today. I still talk to her. She is so sweet. And she was really into fitness too. And so I remember one day, and I was new at the school when I got to 9th grade. So a couple months in, when I had got this workout video, her and I had become very close. So I asked her, I was like, hey, I have this new workout video that I want to try because I want to improve my fitness, but I don't know how to do the movements. Can you please teach me how to do the movements? Like, can you do it with me and teach me how? And she was so happy. She was like, of course, like, I'll teach you. So, and it turns out that she was actually a group fitness instructor. And she had taught like fitness, because she lived in Hawaii for a while, and she had taught like fitness classes in Hawaii on the beach and fitness classes to adults in other environments. So she had experience teaching people already. It wasn't just someone who like was confident enough in their own abilities and they just like thought they could teach someone. She actually had experience. Plus she had been working at my school that I was at for a while, so she knew specifically how to teach people who had visual impairments. So I was very excited, and so I was like, okay, perfect. So we put the DVD in, and at first, like, I had no idea what to do. Like, she was so patient though, guys. She taught me all the form. She taught me like, okay, like this is how you, in a bicep curl, this is how you move your arm. You have to keep your elbow still, and this is how you squat, and this is how you do this. And also the great thing about the Physique 57 type of workouts is that they were bar-based. So basically a mix of strength training and ballet-based workouts. So it's meant to, the results of it are kind of like marketing per se. Like it was very much like, oh, like elongate your muscles, like tone and lift, which, that didn't really apply to me because like I'm 14, I'm not mature like that. Like I'm just trying to get fit. But the basis of the workout itself, like it was rooted in corrective exercises and physical therapy and how to strengthen the muscles in a low impact type of way, through progressive overload and challenging your muscles so that they repair and grow over time. It really emphasized core strength, which I had really wanted to work on and I felt like would really help my balance. It took a couple weeks. I eventually learned how to do the movements, and I did that same video, I think like 3 or 4 times a week for as long as I could, like a couple months. And I had really noticed a change. Like I felt stronger. Bar workouts made me feel so strong. That was the first time in my life where I felt like I had control over how I move my body in a way that works for me and in a way that was accessible. So starting my fitness journey with bar workouts really helped me feel confident and capable as a visually impaired person. The things that I did and the way that I looked, I felt like I had more stamina. I felt like fitter. Obviously I looked fitter because I had developed muscle, the same workouts over and over, week to week to week. And so I was really feeling so great, and it really meant a lot to me to have my dorm staff be the one to teach me the movements, because again, she knew how to explain them to me, and she was just so helpful. Oh my god, I can't even explain it. So she taught me how to do all those, and then that was 9th grade, and then in 11th grade I joined the swim team, the second non-contact sport I had tried in my life besides track, and it was so fun, you guys. Oh my god, like I really liked swimming. I really enjoyed it. It was amazing, more low impact exercise, great for core strength, great for cardiovascular health and endurance, obviously. And swimming was fantastic for me, but something that I realized was that because I was swimming so much, I would say I was swimming like, probably like 15 to 20 hours a week. I really didn't have time to do any other form of exercise. So like the Physique 57 videos I was doing in the years before, I didn't do those anymore. So like literally all week I was just doing like laps on laps on laps. And what I found from that is like it really did wear on my body, because I wasn't doing any like strength or endurance to complement that. So I was kind of just doing cardio and kind of like, which was like, good. Obviously it's like healthy for your heart, it's healthy for, to move in general, to exercise in general is good. But I wasn't building any muscle or maintaining the muscle that I did have. And so I really felt weak, and like towards the end of my, I didn't do it year round. I only did it like the season, which was like August to December, I think. So I only did it for August to December of my junior year and then my senior year of high school. But in those times, at the end of each of those times, like my shoulders were just killing me. Like I had shoulder pain, I had a little bit of back pain. So it was just too much wear and tear on those muscles. I decided then, I was like, okay, just cardio is not my thing. I'm not a cardio person. I enjoyed this stage of my life, but it's not something that I really want to continue. So then when I got to college, the whole 5 years of college, that was my undergrad, was extremely on and off when it came to my fitness journey. Like I majored in behavioral neuroscience. So as you can imagine, I had so much studying to do. Like I went to class, I had classes, I had studying, I had study groups, I had office hours with professors. Like I had just had so much going on. And I kind of made time for fitness whenever I could. Like for example, like on the weeks where it was really busy, like where I had a lot of tests, I didn't work out as much. But weeks where I didn't have as many tests, or weeks where like I just had a test and we were about to learn new material and things were more relaxed, I went to the gym more often. So I really didn't have a consistent routine in that time. I also work out during breaks, like for example, Christmas breaks, the break between spring and summer semester, summer and fall semester, spring break, any holidays that we had, like where we had a Monday off or a Friday off or whatever, I would work out on those days. But other than that, it was very tough to balance all of it. And then not to mention we had COVID, all of our classes were online, and it was tough to even go anywhere because with all the masks and the mandates and the 6 feet apart and all this stuff. So it made working out extremely difficult for me, and it was something I didn't prioritize at that time. Oh my god. And then the worst part, which is like the hardest for me to talk about, but it's part of my journey, so obviously I have to talk about it, is graduate school. I got my bachelor's degree in neuroscience in 2021, in summer of 2021. Spring of 2022, I started my graduate program in neurobiology. It was a master's program. Usually people do it in 2 years, so 24 months, but I did it in 16 months. It was definitely not by choice. It was only because by the, spring, summer, fall, by the fall, the way the credits worked out, I had to do X amount of credits in the fall of 2022 and the spring of 2023 to graduate in spring 2023, or else I would have to stay until fall of 2023 and do like 1 credit hour in the fall. I kid you not, 1 credit hour in the fall or 3 credit hours in the fall, because they didn't offer what I needed in the summer. So I thought about it and I was like, well, there's no point in stretching that out. Like I'll just do all this in 16 months, which, I'm glad I got it over with, but it was extremely stressful, and it definitely made prioritizing my health extremely hard. I did not work out at all in grad school. The only time I worked out in grad school was when I graduated. Like the 3 months after I graduated, before my lease for my apartment ended in my college town, I like worked out during that time. But other than that, nothing else. But to be fair, I kind of worked out because I went to Florida State University, go Noles, and their campus is very walkable. So I was walking, I would say, oh my gosh, like 3 to 6 miles a day, 5 days a week. So I was definitely getting my cardiovascular exercise in for sure. But just not obviously like strength training and the type of exercise that I would like to be doing. I'm gonna be honest, like sometimes I think back to that time and I'm like, why didn't I take better care of myself? Like I kind of regret it, and I'm like, I should have made better choices. Like I should have, eaten better, or I should have went to the gym more, or I should have slept better and went to bed earlier and not focused on my study so much and prioritized my sleep more. But it's like, number one, it's so hard, it's so easy to look at things and say like what you should have done or what you would have done or what you didn't do in the past when you've already finished it. And then also, I also keep in mind, like I did I did the best I could do with the information that I had at the moment. And that's what I tell myself. I think that in that season of my life, I was just very focused on school in general, just finishing it. If I can finish this degree, this is the only school I have to do and I'll be done with school forever, and then I can focus on my health. In some stages of life, there's just things that we put a lot of focus into and things that we kind of put on the back burner, and sometimes that's our health, sometimes it's our social lives, sometimes it's our relationships, sometimes it's our finances. I think something I've come to terms with is just like forgiving myself for that time and forgiving myself for not treating myself the way that I would have liked to, and just knowing that like, okay, I might not have been able to do it then, but I can do it now. Last 6 months was rough. I didn't go to the gym at all. I took walks, which was nice. I took walks with my mom, and in spring 2024, when I moved to where I live now, I did start getting back into the gym because I finally had somewhat of a structure. Like I wasn't just, applying for jobs 10 hours a day and eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner and then going to bed and doing it all again the next day. I actually had a job that had set hours. I didn't have to wake up for work on Saturday morning. When I would go home, I would go to the gym and I would cook my food. I would bring food to work, bring healthy food to work, and I would get good sleep every night because I finally had a routine where, I got up at the same time every morning. I went to bed at the same time every night, roughly every night, except for the weekends because, I didn't have anything to do. My guide dog Montana, when she was on leash, so that was nice. I got out from time to time, but again, no strength training. Getting a job really helped me. Moving to a new city really helped me because it's just a new start. Like you feel fresh. You feel like, okay, I'm starting on a clean slate. I can make new choices. I can build new habits. I can do things I didn't do before. I can kind of reinvent myself. So that was a very positive change in my life. And I definitely got into the gym more than I had in the past couple years, but I was not as consistent as I am right now. So in 2024 and most of 2025, I would say I went to the gym and I lifted weights about 1 to 3 times a week. And it wasn't always consistent. Like I didn't really have a routine. I just kind of went and lifted weights. Like any movement was movement at the time. I also went on walks with Montana, so I got some steps in the day. I work a desk job, so any steps are good steps. Any steps are good to get. But I definitely wasn't walking anywhere near what I walked in college. 3 to 6 miles. That was a welcome change because walking that much, I did not have the appetite to keep up with that type of activity. I met my boyfriend in August of 2024. That helped me establish, he helped me establish more of a routine because he was also into fitness. And so him and I would work out once a week together. So already that took care of one of my workouts per week. So that made it easier to go to the gym more because that one workout was already built into my routine automatically. What him and I would do, and we still do, is we would meet up on either a Tuesday or a Thursday, and we would do either a back workout or a leg workout, pretty much just those. And that workout with him would help me take care of one of those for the week, which really, really helped my routine and really helped me feel just more fit and active compared to how I felt in the past. The bills are still due, like even if you're not making any money, the bills are still due, so you gotta find a way to pay them. And I wasn't getting any money, like I didn't have a job. And at the end of 2025, so just recently, I was thinking about it and I just thought, you know what, I'm not doing what I know I should be doing. I'm not working as hard as I know I can. I'm not making the choices that I know I can be making and that I quite honestly, that I should be making to be my best self, right? And I don't care, like, if I'm meeting other people's expectations. Like, if other people don't think I'm fit enough or other people don't think I look, like, good enough in a certain way, I really don't care. What I care about is my thoughts about myself and waking up in the morning and looking in the mirror and being happy with what I see and respecting what I see. And I got to the point where I didn't anymore. Like I was disappointing myself and I felt that and I didn't want to feel that way anymore. So at the end of 2025, I decided, okay, 2026 is going to be the year that I commit to myself and that I fulfill the belief that I'm built for more, which is the series that I'm doing right now on my YouTube channel, which is why you see a lot of my shorts every day, built for more day, whatever day it is. And I just decided that I decided that I'm built for more and that I'm going to start acting like it when it came to my health. So I wrote myself a routine, and so far I've been following it for, today is day 26, so 26 days. And I am very excited to keep going. I'm very proud of myself for building up this momentum and staying consistent, staying disciplined, staying true to myself and the commitment that I made to myself, and making the choices that I said I wanted to make. And I'm finally committing to that. I'll make a future Built for More video talking about my exact routine and the types of principles that I'm following for this. I do want to go more in depth so that it's here for anyone who wants to watch that and do what I'm doing or do a variation of what I'm doing in a way that works for them. Stay tuned for that. I'm very happy with where I am right now. I love lifting weights. Like I said earlier, the swimming was just too much cardio for me. Walking 3 to 6 miles a day was way too much cardio for me. I really liked lifting weights and the way that it made me feel. Having the strength to do things, especially as a visually impaired person independently, is it's so transformative to me, and it's made the biggest difference in my life. And I have lifting weights and calisthenics to thank for that. So lifting weights and calisthenics will always be an important part of my life. I feel really strong. I feel really invincible. I feel really empowered. And as someone with a physical disability, that feeling could not mean more to me. Now, you know, being 28, like, I'm really thinking more about like my health as I age and as I get older, and preserving my bone mass, building muscle, maintaining muscle, having a strong upper body to be able to carry things, having strong legs to be able to do all the activities I want to do in life and travel to all the places I want to travel to, and having a strong core to keep me balanced when I'm walking places, carrying a suitcase or carrying Montana's dog food all the way across the building to my room. My flexibility and my mobility are very good to keep doing the things that I've already been doing to maintain that, which is, I think, stretching before and after my workouts have really made the difference in my flexibility and maintaining that since I've started working out more consistently. It describes my fitness journey. If you want me to make other videos on things, how it started, where it's been, how it's going right now, where it's headed in the future, I hope you learned something, and I hope that this video can inspire you to make new choices and build new habits and build the kind of healthy life that you envision for yourself. And I'm happy to answer any questions in the comments, or if you have any video suggestions, leave them in the comments below and I will take note. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.